welcome to the Sky Spirit channel. I say good morning, it could be afternoon or evening or any time of the day where you are, wherever you are and whenever you are watching this video. Hello, I hope that you're doing well. It's lovely to see you and thank you for sharing space with me this morning. Well, it was really nice and sunny here yesterday and today it's absolutely frozen. So my hands are like really stiff with the cold, so I've just dropped my cards all over the floor. But they've had a really good shuffle, so that's one good thing. Okay, so stick with me for the next half an hour to an hour, depending on how long I waffle on for, to get a quick overview of the planetary positions of the day. So a little bit of an astrology overview, a collective reading with the tarot, and then a pick a card 1 to 12 reading. Good morning, Reese. How are you doing? Right, so without further ado, I'm going to jump straight into our astrology overview. So we've still got the moon doing its thing in Sagittarius today, which brings that spirit of adventure, a feeling of being bold, a feeling of being able to accomplish anything. But today, this little ensemble is trining Mars, which is in Leo. So this brings like Mars is energy, Leo is fire. So this is going to bring, hi Mandy, how are you doing? And Mr. Steve, thank you for being here. So our Saggy moon trining Mars in Leo is going to bring boundless energy to that little mix up, boldness and action. And it's one of those days where you have to take action now. And it's one of those days where this is astrologically that if something has been on the back burner for a while and it hasn't been moving forward, if it's been a bit stuck, morning Casabere, morning Charlene, if there's something that's been a bit stuck, astrologically, the planets are aligned today for things to get moving. So you can expect movement and energy to be infused through all your tasks and plans, unsticking anything that needs to be unstuck and moving you forward. I don't feel infused with energy today. I don't know why that is. I think it's the cold. I feel like uninfused with energy. So but never mind, perhaps the planets will grow on me throughout the day and I shall be feeling more infused with energy as we move forward under the Sagittarian moon trining Mars in Leo, because that really is a setup for energy. Good morning, Lynn, how are you doing? Right, okay, let's do a quick collective reading. So this is a 3-card reading, and I do this could be, sometimes people find it's very directed for them, so it could be like really your thing, or it can be sort of just an overarching energy. So that's how we work out a collective reading. It gives me a chance to put a little reading together, and if you can take it, then please let me know. So today we're starting off with the moon reversed. So the moon reversed can talk about a bit of mysterious deception, really. It's sort of, you know how things look different in the moonlight and they can be a little bit spooky, and it's sort of like things are hidden. So it's talking about something that is hidden on the dark side of the moon when we're looking at a reversed moon, because it's teamed here with the 8 of Wands, and that is something moving in fast. So it feels like something that you weren't aware of is going to happen really fast today. And for me, this is coming out again with the 9 of Pentacles. So that ties it into the domestic front for me with these 3 cards. So with this little trine of cards, this triptych, we are looking at something unexpected, something that was hidden from you and that you weren't aware of, and it happens really quickly. So it's like a real surprise today. And again, that ties in a little bit with this Mars in Leo. It's like bang, the energy is suddenly there, but it's sort of unexpected, and it ties in with how you feel about the home. Now, the good news is that this is an upright card, and it's a really positive card. So I feel that although the moon reversed isn't always a very positive card, it's like the unexpected arrives pretty quick, but I think that it's going to be news which improves your domestic and home life. Okay, so it is an improvement overall. It just could take you unawares, because it's like it's that kind of bolt out of the blue that can shake things up on the domestic front, but hopefully that will be positive for you. So that's our little collective reading, just a little quickie. Honestly, I'm so aware that I spend like ages like of your time in the morning, like going on and on and on, and I'm trying to like streamline what I say, because you know, not everybody wants to sit around for an hour listening to me waffle on and digress in about various things. So I'm trying to be more concise, I think is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to be more concise by rabbiting on about being concise. So there we go. Right. I shall shuffleate wildly again. I'm furiously shuffleating in the background. And then we can move straight on to the 12 card reading. So if you haven't, thank you very much, Casabear. Yes, please do like the video stream if you are watching it live, or if you're catching it as a recording. It only takes you a second and it helps me out a great deal. Brilliant. Right, so I'm going to lay down, oh, I spit my own tongue. Ouch. So I'm going to lay down 12 cards. And how this works, you can either pick a number or 2 numbers or 3 numbers. You can think about a, thank you, Julesy Bob. I like rabbiting on. You can think of a question and like sort of direct that question at that number and choose like, I'm going to think about how am I going to do in my exams, and I'm going to choose number 6, that sort of thing. Or you can leave it open-ended. Just think, you know, what have the cards got to show me today, or what's the message that they have for me today, and then think of a number or 2 numbers. Or you can just listen and see what resonates with you from the full reading. So that's how it works around here. And that's what we're going to do moving forward. Now, I might try something different today, you know, just because we've got all that Mars energy going on. So today would be the day for me to do something new. I think I'm going to do it. So instead of putting 1 card down, I'm going to put 2 cards down in each pile. And then I'm going to do like the little reading of the 2 cards together. We'll see how it works. It might be a disaster. Time will tell. Okay, so our 12 piles of 2 are going down. I'm going to do them like that, and then I'm going to go back over. So I'm going to be looking at the interactions between these cards rather than 1 card. This might work, might be awful. So we shall see. Right, I'm going to start with number 1. Okay, this is quite interesting. So number 1, if you'd focused on number 1, or if this resonates with you, here we have a Knight of Cups and we have the 4 of Cups reversed. So it's very much about emotions and relationships. A Knight of Cups can be literally, look at him, he is your knight in shining armor. Okay, and the reason he's turned up is because you look a bit bored. All right, and this 4 of Cups reversed is about sort of feeling like, I'm sick of what I've currently got, and I don't think I've got that many options. I'm pretty bored with life. And then all of a sudden we've got the Knight appearing, and that would suggest that the literal interpretation of this might be that if you were sort of tired of the same old humdrum going on, the same old things in your life, the same old sort of feeling stuck, feeling like you're procrastinating, feeling that life's not very exciting, these 2 cards together would be like, whoa, stop with that, because what's going to happen is that the Knight of Cups is going to gallop into your life and literally steal your heart away. So this is an emotional reading. And if you're already in a relationship and you're like, I do not want the Knight of Cups to gallop in anywhere, this can be, maybe it's a new phase in a current relationship, or it can be something that just steals your heart, because it's not just guys or girls that steal our hearts, is it? It can be something else that you are moved with emotionally, but it looks like it comes because you're bored of what you're currently doing and you're feeling like stale about things, and things aren't moving in the right direction for you, and all of a sudden here comes the Knight. Now this is also, when we talk about nights, we talk about events, and it's they usually happen pretty quickly. And because we're doing a 24 our sort of reading, this is like it's moving, it's movement already. So expect that knight to materialize somewhere today, and he could really steal your heart away, or she or it. So let's see what develops there. Let me know if that resonates with you. Number two. Right, so number two. That's an interesting one. So, okay, so we've got the Magician reversed, and then we've got the Ten of Pentacles upright, which is sort of it's sort of conflicting. So, right, let's start with the Ten of Pentacles upright. So this is talking about money, and it's talking about being comfortable. It's talking about financial blessings. It can also be about inherited wealth, okay? And then the Magician reversed is like, it feels like it's somebody who's had their power taken away from them. So to me, these cards together might indicate that you've been trying to direct your finances. You've been trying to like manifest ways of making things better financially, okay? And it feels like you've been like hitting a brick wall with that. It's like morning, Kirsty. It's like you've tried and tried and tried to be the alchemist, to manifest money and to manifest a better way of life for yourself, but you've hit the brick wall and it doesn't seem to have worked. And it feels like you've tried a few things and then it's sort of, it just didn't work out. It feels like your creativity to try to manifest a better way of living just didn't work out for you. But now it feels like the hand of fate is going to intervene, and this sort of financial gift almost is delivered to you by the wings of destiny. Okay, so this is over the next 24 hours or so. So it feels like you're being asked to stop pushing, stop trying to manifest, stop being the magician, as above so below, all this, and then waving his wand around. Okay, you don't need to do this. Okay, that hasn't worked. Just sit back, because it feels like fate is going to deliver what you wanted in perhaps a different way. So good morning, DJ Red Dragon. How you doing? It feels like the efforts that you've been putting in a way could have been counterproductive. It can feel like Hell, gee, I can't imagine you ever offending anybody. I'm just reading that. Sorry, haven't mastered the reading the chat and speaking at the same time for anybody new here, but I do get sidetracked by it. But right, so stop trying to push, Mr. Oh, Mr. Reverse Magician. Take a back seat, put him down. Stop trying to manifest this thing that you've been trying to do money-wise, because it feels like it's going to come anyway, but it's going to come from a different direction than you imagined and that you've been pushing towards. Oh, I'm liking this two-card stuff. Oh, I really am. All right, did I speak too soon? No, I didn't, because number 3 is the Ace of Wands, and then we have Temperance Angel, and I love this, okay? Because the Ace of Wands is like, look at this card. You're being handed a stick. Now imagine that stick is a wand. We are talking wands, and it's a magic wand that you can wave around and abracadabra things with. All right, it's a new start. It's an ace. It's new energy. Wands of fire, and that's like you being handed a little quarter of the elixir of youth. Okay, so it's like drink it down, because what we've got here is a major arcana card tied in with this new opportunity that you're being handed. And the major arcana card, Temperance, talks about moderation, and it's like learning to balance things. So it feels to me like you might have been going through a stage of your life where you've perhaps felt a little bit unbalanced, and it can be energy wise, or it could be I think of silly little literal explanations for things all the time. See, this might come up, and this is really like, it sounds dead silly, but sometimes like I've been really, really careful with my diet because of like my past illness. So I'm trying to like be really healthy. And then over the last few days, I like ate like a bag of sweets and like had wine yesterday and blah, 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 blah. So I like fell off the horse a little bit. And then, and now it would be like, so if I saw this today, it would be like, right, you're being handed another opportunity to start on the health kick again and introduce some moderation, learn how to balance your diet. But that's a really sort of literal explanation. But I wanted to give you that idea of like tarot doesn't have to be like doesn't have to be massively important things, because all the little things that happen in our lives all add up to big things. All right, so it's all important stuff. So there's a new opportunity, there's a new elixir of youth, there's a new energy, it's a new beginning, and it looks like it's sort of giving you that opportunity to redress the balance in your life wherever that may be needed. Julesy Bob eating chocolate right now, maybe this is for you. But there's nothing wrong with eating chocolate, is there? And we all need a little bit of it's moderation, isn't it? It's like everything in moderation, but it's like, who wants stuff in moderation? Sometimes, you know, when you want chocolate, you want it all. You want to eat it all really fast, all of it, rather than like, I'll have one square, because it's just not as satisfying. But temperance would be tapping you on the shoulder at this point in time, saying, put down the chocolate, eat the rest later on. Now, also, because Temperance is an angel and she's gorgeous, and she has 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water. So she calls for balance in your emotional life as well. She's balancing earth with water, so your practical nature with your emotional nature. So it's like moderating your emotions. Like, some people live on their like emotions, and some people can't feel very much and they live very practically. That would be like my stepdad and my mum. My mum's emotions and my dad's practical. She's a Gemini air, he's a Virgo earth, and they're like that. So if you could combine the two of them, put them in a blender and make a sort of parent pie, then the combined emotional sort of input of both of them would be Temperance the angel. So perhaps when my parents come today, because they come on Wednesdays, perhaps I will indeed blend them to create the perfect parental unit. What am I talking about? I'm not really going to blend my parents' YouTube. Please don't ban me. Right, number 4. Number 4. Okay, then. So we have number 4. You've got the Ace of Cups reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed. The Queen of Swords can be feeling really out of sorts. She's a woman who is feeling off color here and feeling like everything's a bit of an effort. And it feels like emotionally you feel like you've come up against a wall, and it's really difficult to push through this at the moment, because the Queen of Swords reverse can be a real bitch of a card, and it's like she has a real downer on things usually, and combined with this upside down goblet, which is the Ace of Cups, it's like she's drained you emotionally. And it feels like you could be feeling like, if you had a little bit of a like a high part where you felt like emotionally you were getting back on top of things, it feels like the last day or so has really dropped off a cliff, and it feels like you're starting to feel overwhelmed by those darker thoughts again, and that's your Queen of Swords bitchy energy. Now, the good thing with the Queen of Swords, let's put her the right way up, because she's a clever lass, okay, and she's very intellectual and aware of herself, and so she introduces logic. So what she's giving you a message to do is, right, okay, you're feeling a bit under the weather, you're feeling like your cup has been knocketh overeth and all your emotions are running out all over the place. So the Queen would be saying to you, all right, let's pull yourself together. She's not very compassionate. She's one of those people that you tell your problems to and she'd be like, well, there's people that are worse off, why don't you just pull yourself together? All right, so this Queen is saying that, but let's try to give her the benefit of the doubt, because she doesn't mean it in a bad way, but she is saying, use the energy that you still have, okay, because there's still a lot of energy in this card. The Ace of Cups is always energy for a new beginning. Use the energy to right the goblet, all right, because all right, it might have tipped over and you might feel like your emotions are all running out all over the floor, but you've got Queen sovereign energy combined with this as well. So excuse me, you can pick up your goblet, okay, and you can regain control of what's going on, and you can pull all your emotional power back into yourself and your intuition, because water, cups is water. God, I've got a right cough on today. I think it might be a little bit of hay fever still. I don't get it badly, but I do get it a little bit. So it's like water, cups are water, which is emotions, which is your intuitive side as well. So our upside down Queen of Swords is giving you that power that you need to right the goblet and to pull your energy back into your sort of sphere of energy, if you see what I mean. It's like all right, you feel a bit but not all is lost, because the queen is still on your side here. So right your goblet, pull your energy back, and just hang in there and wait for the energies to change a little bit for you as well. Number 5. Oh, wow, this is such a cool combination that I'm gonna like, who's anybody chose number 5? I hope so. If you haven't, quickly change and choose number 5, okay? So what we've got is dun dun dun, the Death card, my favorite, and we have dun dun dun, the Hermit reversed. Okay, beautiful cards, because right, what we've got here, the Hermit reversed talks about like, or it's like you have isolated yourself too long. It is time to put yourself forward again. Step forward, okay? Stop isolating yourself. Now, you can isolate yourself even when you're surrounded by people, and you know that's possible because you just put yourself into that headspace where you go within. And sometimes we know that it's really beneficial to go within, because like when you live in a world where you're constantly reacting all the time to other people, it gets like you get peopled out, don't you? And you need to recharge your batteries, and that's the Hermit that way up. It's like go within to build your wisdom to light the way forward. But when we see the Hermit standing on his head, no, Fernando Torres, I don't speak Spanish, perhaps un poco, but, and I'm not even going to try it. I'm not even going to try and make a fool of myself. So where was I? Yeah. So when the Hermit is upside down like that, it's saying, all right, the time. Honestly, Kaza talking about the cabbage wee man has totally distracted me all the time, and I just can't wait to see if he comes out. Right, so it's time to put yourself out there. It's time to emerge from your chrysalis and spread your wings again. Now, this teams so well with the Death card, okay? Because the Death card is about, this should be dead to me, this should be dead to me, this should be dead to me. Let's get rid of it all and re-emerge, all right? So you've spent some time sort of on the back burner, thinking about your way forward, all right? Thinking about where you want to go, who you want to be, what you want to do, where you want your energy to flow. All this thought, all this introspection has happened. Now it's time to take action. Now it's time to find out what you're leaving behind. Draw that line in the sand, cut those cords, leave behind, and kill off what no longer serves you. Just don't kill it off if it happens to be a person, because that wouldn't be good. But metaphorically, kill off what no longer serves you. Get rid of it, put it to bed, brush it away. All right, dead wood needs to burn. Death card is beautiful. It's about transformation. It's about that butterfly chrysalis, because, oh my goodness, I just had this amazing saying come into my head, which I'm probably going to butcher, but it's like, no, hang on, let's think. Yeah, it's, for when the, but no, when the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis, it's like a death for the caterpillar, because it doesn't know that it's going to emerge as the butterfly from the chrysalis. So the caterpillar experiences a mini death in order that it can emerge as the butterfly. So here's the caterpillar into the chrysalis, that's the mini death, there's the butterfly coming out. So if these are your cards, I'm getting carried away with reading the chat again. So these are beautiful cards. I wish I'd chosen them today because they work so well together. I'm liking this 2-card interplay. Right, I'm going to continue with my bottom line here. I'm going to number 6. Wow, another 2 cards that work really well. I'm so chuffed that I decided to do this. Right, so, what we've got here is a 9 of Wands reversed, and then a 3 of Cups. Right, 9 of Wands, that way up. Look, they call him the Wounded Warrior. Look at him. He is standing his ground in front of all these things. Think 9 is 9 lives. He's been through so much. He has had to battle through so many things, all right? He's the wounded warrior, but he's still standing there. He's still resilient. Now, when we turn him on his head, it's like this period of time is over, all right? You don't need to fight anymore. You can put down your barriers, all right? You can let somebody else in. It feels like there's somebody who has been trying to crack your icy exterior, perhaps, or perhaps you're just being really defensive, and it's time for you to put down your barriers. You can relax a little bit. You don't need to be hyper vigilant and on guard all the time, okay? Because it feels like you're now entering a stage, bring on the 3 of Cups, where things feel more like a celebration for you. It feels like the time of trouble and strife is gone for a while. That energy is passing, and it's now time to celebrate the fact that you survived another period of sort of having to fight, having to battle, having to be resilient. So you survived another dip in the road, and also congratulate yourself on the things that you've achieved, and allow yourself to relax and celebrate, because I think sometimes, we don't celebrate the little wins, do we? We don't celebrate being able to relax. Sometimes we feel so driven, like we're like, right, that worked, well, that didn't, move on to the next thing. Okay, carry on, next thing, next thing, next thing. This card says, stop that, take a day off. If you can't take a day off work, do so in your head, okay? Give yourself a break. Congratulate yourself on the marvelous, wonderful caterpillar changing into a butterfly that you are, going through all the things that you've battled and emerging still here. You're still here and you're doing well, and celebrate it. Look at these 3 ladies on the 3 of Cups. They are out and they are having a great time. They are dancing, they are drinking wine like there's no tomorrow, and they just don't care. So be the 3 of Cups today. Give yourself credit for what you've been through, and celebrate the fact that you're here, you're living, you're breathing, and you are a wonderful person. Number 12. Number 12. Right. So we have the Page of Pentacles reversed, and then the 2 of Pentacles reversed. So it's like, right, these cards, this is so interesting because the cards are coming out and they really seem to relate to each other. Because the Page of Pentacles, let's look at him first. When he's in his reversed position, this is talking about good morning, Helena, how are you doing? This is talking, no, it's not talking about that. It's talking about a loss of money, and it can sometimes come from mistakes at work, or the Page of Pentacles upside down often comes out in a spread where somebody's got sacked, or somebody's looking at disciplinary at work, or somebody's just not got the promotion they wanted, or something's gone wrong at work and it's resulted in a loss of finances. So that is our Page of Pentacles. Now also the 2 of Pentacles, when he's upside down like this, represents like balance. Financial balance is off. So it looks like there's a financial loss sort of energy around you at the moment. So it would pay to be really careful with your financial decisions over the next day or so, bearing in mind that these 2 cards have both got a very unbalanced financial feeling about them. Also, with the 2 of Pentacles reversed, it can be a card that comes out when you're taking too much on and struggling to maintain that balance, and it feels like you're going to drop the ball, yeah? And it feels like if this is to do with work, this would be the 2 cards that would indicate you're taking on too much at work. You need to relieve some of that pressure, because if you don't, you're going to make a mistake that's going to be costly, okay? So that's a literal explanation of these 2 cards, and I'm not saying that's exactly what they mean for you, but that's the kind of thing that these 2 cards could mean in a reading, all right? So something to do with work, something to do with financial loss, something to do with then it's not balanced. Your finances seem to be coming under fire, and it can be because you are taking on too much and you need to put something down in order to focus on keeping things properly in balance, all right? So with these cards, if you've chosen number 12 today, really do keep an eye on your finances and make sure that you have got your eye on the ball but also that you're not taking on too much, you're not juggling too much, because when you juggle too much, especially with finances and things that are related to work and things, tasks that you have to do, you can miss things, can't you? Because not because you're sitting back and you're not trying, but because you've just got too much on your plate. All right, so be very careful with that, because it looks like financial loss would be on the cards if you let these things drop. Okay, so be careful with those ones. Number 11. Number 11, what do we have? Okay, interesting pair. So we have the Knight of Wands reversed, and we have the Six of Cups upright. So this is an interesting little duo here, and it feels like the Knight of Wands reversed would be combined with our card of nostalgia. It feels like you might be thinking about breaking up some sort of emotional attachment that's been with you for quite some time. It's like something that's almost from childhood. You see the two little kiddies on here. This is a card of nostalgia. It's a card that harkens back. Harkens, is that a word? Harks back? Harkens back. Well, we'll go with harkens. Harkens back to times of old. All right, so there's a connection with something from your past, but it feels like you want it to be gone. You want to break with this connection from the past. And it also feels like it could be holding you back a little bit. So what these cards together to me would indicate, it's a little bit complicated, this one. It would indicate that today I would look out for things from the past that aren't that are no longer serving your higher self, that are no longer beneficial to where you want to be today. Things that are holding you back, which are really coming from your past. And of course, we all have a past, and we all have ties to that past, ties to people from the past, ties to events that have emotionally affected us. And this is cups, so we're looking at something that still has emotional pull on you, still holds you in its arm. And I'm just sorry, I'm reading the chat again. Mr. Steve harkens back. Isn't that an ice cream? Oh, ice cream. I love ice cream. So think about this over the next day or so. What is it from the past that's still got you in its grip? And it feels like you need to break with it. The Knight of Wands reversed is like, it's the need to break. It can also be like a cannonball type loose energy, somebody who would be like a using their energy unwisely, globe trotting, gambling, staying up all night, doing this, that and the other. Maybe that's a tie with this person from the past as well. Maybe you're harkening back to times of your youth where you did where your energy was all over the place, where maybe you were a bit of a party animal. Maybe you just like used your energy unwisely. Maybe you just globe-trotted and wasted money and threw yourself all over the place. And maybe it's that tie to something from your past that's still there, that's still holding you back. Or maybe it's your thoughts about yourself then. Now, I could relate to this because I was a real party animal in my youth. And I made so many mistakes, as we all do. And sometimes now I still get that cringe thinking about it. So these cards to me would be like, let go of that. It's holding you back. You're not that person anymore. Don't think about all those dreadful, dreadful things that you did and cringe and let them make you feel bad about yourself now. Cut the ties, wave it goodbye, because it's not benefiting you now. So there's a literal me train explanation of what these cards could mean. But obviously, because we all have such a unique past and tapestry that makes us who we are, how they relate to you will be different to how they relate to me. All right. So if those work for you, tell me how it works for you. Number 10. Number 10. Okay, so we have got the Two of Cups reversed and then the Wheel of Destiny reversed. So this feels number 10, right? If you've chosen that number, or if this resonates with you, feels like something emotional is coming to an end, and it feels like karma has been paid back. There's something that's been a partnership. It doesn't have to be with a significant other, although it could be. It could also be a friendship or a working relationship. if you were emotionally invested in it, yes, but some kind of partnership that's meant a lot to you is coming to an end, or has reached a stage where it's become disharmonious. Is that the word? Not in harmony. It's creating a feeling of tension now. And it feels like it's been a karmic connection. So it feels like this is where our Wheel of Destiny is coming in, which is karma. It feels like the karma has been played out on both parts. Now, you would see this little combo if you were talking about, if you subscribe to the twin flame theory, where sometimes two people come together and they can't be together, but they've both got a lesson for the other one to learn, and then they part ways. That would be your Two of Cups reversed here, and it would be like, okay, this little karmic interplay has finished, and it's time that you both moved back and absorbed the lessons that were delivered by the partnership. But it feels like now the partnership, it's time to be dissolved. All right, now this doesn't mean to say that you need to walk out on your partner today, all right, because it might not be that literal. It could just be, good morning Ramira, how are you doing? It could just be that a time of that partnership or a stage of it is over, but it does feel like something needs to be pulled apart because the karma of it has been delivered. The lessons are now set there to be learned from. That the sort of events that the partnership brought to you have all been laid out. There's no further for this to go, okay? It's at a brick wall. It needs to be put to bed. The lessons are on the table, and now it's up to both parties to learn from those lessons that have been laid down, okay? Because this is your card of destiny. Now, this is reversed as well, so it does feel like this karmic little connection here. There's nothing that you can do in order to change the way that this is worked out, all right? It feels like everything's said and done with it, and it feels like now you just have to let the wheels turn and let things play out and learn those lessons from that relationship, whoever and whatever it was. As I keep saying, it doesn't have to be. When we see the Two of Cups, when we see cups, we always think about the person that we love, our significant other, if we have one, or if we don't have one, we're thinking about potentially who that could be. But it could just as easily be somebody else or some other thing that you're emotionally tied to. I'm emotionally tied to my cats, so it could be the cat, you know. So it's just involving your heart, involving whatever it is that you are in a partnership with, okay? It needs to be put to bed. The wheels of karma are turning now, and the lessons are there to be learned from. Number 9. Number 9. Ooh, this is really good. Number 9. You've got the good morning, A. Jane. I'm just reading what you've written there. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Right. So, where was I? Number 9. You've got the Lovers and you've got the Queen of Cups. Now, this is overtly about lover energy and romance and like feeling in love, because the Queen of Cups so open with her emotions, and she's about love, loyalty, family, connection, sensuality, sexual things, partnering with somebody that you feel a divine connection with. The Queen of Cups is where we all want to be when we're in a relationship. We don't want to be the Queen of Swords reversed, okay? We don't want to be the bitch card. We want to be the Queen of Cups in the upright position, because she's all compassionate and she's love, and she's your mate that you sort of think, God, I wish I was more like you and less like me, because you always seem so nice and you're compassionate and lovely, and you're just one of these people that lights up the room. So she is around today, but she's with the Lovers for you here. And so that is a really, really good omen. If you are single and you are looking for love, then this is like, there has never been a better time for love to come knocking on your door, okay? Because these cards would be like, this is a really strong connection with a very physical but also emotionally fulfilling relationship. So it would be really indicative of that sort of star-crossed lovers feel, that sort of excitement, new relationship type of feeling coming to your door. Now, if you've been married for 30 years and you're thinking, well, that's not bloody likely, is it? Then this card can also be about, because lovers can be choices, because look at the illustration on there. You've got, oh, they're nude, aren't they? I should probably not show that as closely. YouTube doesn't like nudes. So this is also, lovers is about a choice, because often you've got a choice between him or her or her or her or him. All right. So if you are in a committed relationship already, it's like this could be telling you, this little ensemble of cards. Can you have an ensemble of 2 cards? I think it's more like a duo, isn't it? They would be telling you that you can now choose a happier path for your relationship. You can choose to be the Queen of Cups, or you can choose to stay where you are. But the cards would be encouraging you to choose a new direction for your relationship if you're already in a committed relationship and you get these cards. Okay, so we've got 2 possibles there. We've got, if you're single, look out for the person of your dreams arriving today. Okay, literally these cards are hot. And if you're already in a committed relationship, it's like it's giving you the opportunity to choose to move forward to a so much better time. Okay, to being the Queen of Cups. It's like you can choose to be this person. You can choose to have a better time, a more emotionally fulfilling relationship now by making some choices. Okay, there we go. I am absolutely loving 2 cards at the same time. Good morning, Uber. How are you doing? Hey mods. Yes, hey mods. I don't have any mods because I don't have enough people to have mods, but hopefully I'll start getting proper spammed and some trolls on, and then I'll be able to have mods too. It'll be exciting. Right, number 8. Number 8. Right, let's have a think about what do we have here. So we've got Justice and we've got the Empress. Interesting cards, all right? First of all, I'm going to say that these are both major arcana cards. So these are cards that would... Hey, Jane, you keep typing the same thing in. Do you mean to do that? Or is that a glitch with the system? Or is there a reason behind that? I'm not sure. Major arcana cards have a major effect. So they can be a major transformation, or they can have a major effect on your life. And what we have here is the Empress reversed can talk about feeling like it's a card of infertility for a start, but that's very literal. But she can feel like whatever she's planting is on barren ground. Okay, it feels like none of her ideas have come to fruition, and she feels quite bitter about that, and feels like the barren woman. Like, I just feel like I can't create anything, and I feel like my energy's going nowhere, and I feel like that's an awful thing to say, isn't it? The barren woman. But that's a thing that they used to say in the past, isn't it? And it's like that feeling that she can't create, she can't manifest what she likes, because the Empress, when she's up this way, she is the mother, Mother Earth of the tarot deck. She is the manifester. She is the creator. She is the female counterpart of the Emperor. Together they rule and they create children, and they bring gardens forth and create all this wonderful bountifulness. But when she's upside down, she's stilted. She can't do it. Now, she's teamed, however, with Justice. So these 2 cards together would say to Helena, you control me anytime, darling. Just go for it. It'd be awesome. These 2 cards together are talking about this period of feeling that you can't create, that your seeds are falling on barren ground, that whatever you're trying to do isn't working out. Justice is going to be served, because it feels like whatever's holding you back, it's going to be removed, because justice, the right way up, is a really powerful, like, this is a judge and jury and prosecutor and defense all standing in the Diddy court and doling out justice and saying that, what has been wrong will be put right, and it's all going to come down on the side of the Empress. So this would, notice he's got scales as well, all right, because it's about balance, and when the Empress is upside down, she's unbalanced. So these cards together would give me this, all right? So what we have here is justice being served and the Empress being returned to her true rightful self, which is the co-creator with the emperor, the fertile imagination, the creative joy, that ability to make things from nothing, to actually plant seeds and then to reap the harvest. Okay. And so you can expect, I'm going to cough again. Huh. You can expect that energy to return. Know you, the cabbage. Beam and braid, know you, the cabbage. Is that like, know you, the cabbage? Or are you calling me a cabbage? Because I am a cabbage, so I'd agree with that. In many ways. Or are we talking about Kaz's wee cabbage man? So we shall have to see if he comes out in the last cards. So these are really good cards if you chose them, number 8. Last one, number 7. Oh, we don't have the cabbage man, I'm afraid, this morning. Damn. But we do have a reversed Queen of Pentacles and an 8 of Wands. Okay, so again, a reverse queen is somebody that's feeling unsettled and feeling that she might have toppled off her throne. And it feels like the 8 of Wands is something that comes in very quickly. Okay, so this could feel like, it feels like something financial, something about security as over the next 24 hours is causing problems, and it comes in quick and then it leaves quick. All right, so something is going to materialize out of nowhere, which is going to be a bit of a create a bit of a wobble financially or security wise. Okay. Oh, thank you, Uber, that is such a nice thing to say. So Plotter, was Plotter here? I'm sorry to keep talking like this and I keep reading the chat, because if somebody's watching this and they're not reading the chat, they'll be like, who is she talking to? Who is she talking to? But I just can't stop doing it. So back to the cards. Sorry about that. So you're going to feel unseated. You're going to feel like something's rocked your crown. It's going to come in quickly. It's about money. It's about security. It could be to do with work. But it's going to hit you like a bolt from the blue, and it's going to make you feel unsettled. However, I'm just going to pull a clarifier on this because I can. I wanted to see because I don't want to finish on a negative here. So it's going to come in quick. It's going to unsettle you. It feels like you're going to be unsettled for finance or something like that. However, my clarifier is the 3 of Wands. So this talks about moving on to new horizons. So these 3 cards together would be something quick, unsettles you financially or at work, unsettles you on the domestic front, something that causes you a wobble. Okay, but there are new things in the background as well. The world is your oyster. You need to expand. Okay, so don't let this wobble put you off plans that you've already been in progress. All right, so this isn't starting something new. It's things that are already unwrapping themselves in the background. They get a boost, they continue. So it's a temporary wobble. All right, your plans are still expanding in the background, and so you can put your energy back into that. And don't be thinking that this is the end of something. All right, it's just something that happens today that gives you a little bit of a one of those feelings. All right, but the overall energy is for continued expansion. So there we go. That is 12, 24, 25 cards done this morning. So how do you think that worked? Do you like the 2 card style rather than the 1 card style, or do we go back to the 1 card style tomorrow? What do we think? So if you put shall I do this? Right, no, just tell me if you think what you think. So I was gonna just go put a 1 in the chat if you like 1 cards, or put 2 in the chat if you like 2 cards, but there's a delay, so you probably already answered me before I said that. So what do you think? I'm gonna scroll up the chat while I wait, because so it's easier to scroll up. Who am I? Beam and braid. Beam and braid, who are you? Is that a question for me? Is it a question for you? It's a question for all of us, isn't it? It's that existential, who am I? Who am I? It's that question we all ask. Uber hasn't got a clue. That's absolutely fine. Brittany likes 2. Namira likes 2. 2 cards. Mr. Steve. Charlene likes 2. 2 cards. DJ Red Dragon. And You think it's educational, explains the deck so much better as well. Thank you so much for your time, your patience with us. I don't need patience with you. You are making my morning. Trust me, it really does give me such a massive boost. I'll put 3 in the chat to mix it up. Kirsty, I don't know if I could like get through 3 in each hand for each one, because I think I'd probably be here for 2 days. But I'm liking the 2. Maybe we'll try 3 on one day when I've got my head around doing 2. Yes, 2. Helena doesn't know, but probably 2. 2 cards was great, Mandy. Yeah, I really like the 2 because it gives you just a little bit more context. Because, you know, like, I find like I've been saying all the time, okay, we've got a queen, but this could be you or it could be somebody else, and I can't tell because it's one card. And just putting that card with another card can sometimes make it just a little bit clearer. Uber doesn't get it, but he loves it. And that's all I ask from you. I don't mind if you don't get it, because we get it. The tarot gets it. Yes, Brittany, you can certainly ask a question, a pull on general advice, right? So, Brittany, you're having a 3-card pull this morning. Oh, there's some lovely comments in the chat this morning. I love that. I shall walk around feeling all like floaty and wonderful today, apart from the fact that it's really cold outside and I'm annoyed because it was so hot yesterday and I sat outside for ages yesterday, drinking in the sunshine. Right, Brittany. So we're getting 3 cards for Brittany here. But I'm shufflating wildly as I'm talking because it's all in the shuffle. I'm sorry, Kaza, that the cabbage wee man didn't appear today. I feel like he is lurking, though. I feel like he's lurking. Right, Brittany. So, general advice for Brittany, please. What do you want Brittany to know? What is the advice for Brittany today? Okay, right. So first of all, Brittany, we've got a King of Swords reversed, and this indicates a really disruptive male energy around you. And it feels like this is somebody who needs to be pushed to the side. This person needs to be left behind. It feels like this, you could have had somebody in your past, or somebody that's still playing on your mind, or is still in your arena, who is they can be bad-tempered. They're kind of a real disrupted energy, something that scrambles your life up and like drains your energy from you. It's like something, you know, like an energy vampire, somebody that's like pulling that energy out of you. And you know when you've been with an energy vampire because you walk away from them and you feel like you've had the life sucked out of you, rather than when you bump into somebody that isn't a vampire. They feed you and you walk away. Like I will walk away from this reading feeling inflated rather than deflated. This man would deflate you. This energy would deflate you, all right? And it feels like he is still around, but in the past. He shouldn't be in your present, yeah? He needs to be way over there and not really close to you. Because what we then have, now this is an interesting duo here. We've got 2 pages, all right? So we've got 3 court cards here. So, and they're all male. So it feels like there's a lot of male energies around you that are influencing your life at the moment, Brittany. And there's some important decisions to be made. I think one of those decisions is waving goodbye to the influence of the reversed King of Swords. So there's some kind of male influence that needs to be out of the way. So I'm going to put him right over there, look, right as far away as he can possibly be. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on these 2 males. Now, pages can be youngsters, or they can be people who are just, they have a youthful energy, okay? So it's like, but these 2 have got their backs to each other. So it feels like there's a conflict between them. And it feels like perhaps you have been stuck in the middle of a conflict between 2 of these energies. So there's one of them would be air, would be full of intellect, a talker, a communicator, somebody who's good with words, okay? And the other person would be more like somebody who's fiery, somebody who has energy, somebody who gets things moving. But it feels like there's a conflict between them. I'm going to pull another card here. Oh, conflict between them. There's your Ten of Swords coming out. Here's the conflict. It feels like there is trouble between them. I wonder, Brittany, does that resonate with you? Because these two with their backs to each other, that's a really strong indicator of two people that aren't getting on, two male energies who aren't getting on and who are causing friction for you. And what I also have here, I'm going mad with the cards this morning, is I'm getting the Three of Swords reversed. Okay, now this indicates that this little problem here between these two men, this incompatibility, has caused you a lot of heartache. However, it's time, because this is reversed and it's a three, the Three of Swords. When I see this, my heart sinks when it's this way up, because it's heartbreak. When it's this way up, it's like it's a three. It's like, move away now, take steps to move away from this. These people are draining your energy too. We'll get rid of them. They can go over there with the King of Swords reversed, because now it's time. In fact, we'll put their conflict with them. It's time for you to walk away from this situation, because it feels like they're a negative influence. Okay, they are causing you problems. All right, and they like it sort of breaks your heart in a way to sort of be between these people. And if I think I saw you say you work with these people, it's difficult to work with people who are in conflict with each other. It can cause you problems. So I think it needs to be brought out into the open, and then you need to move away, like create distance between yourself and their energy. I hope that resonated with you. Right, you couldn't argue yourself out of a plastic bag, Kaza, from Beam and Braid. There we go. Right, okay, thank you very much for being with me this morning. It's been a good one, I feel. I think I'm going to get on with the rest of the day now, and I hope that you have a fabulous day too ahead of you, and that you've got lots of nice things planned. And I'm still just reading this little interchange between Beam and Braid and Kaza Bear here. Very interesting. Do you have hairy toes, Kaza? I do. They're horrendous. But I let them all hang out in the summer. You know, they're in the sandals here. Why am I even telling you that? Right. Be good. Be weird. Be brave. Be strong. Be the Three of Cups today and celebrate your life. Okay. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Takes you a second. Costs you nought. Helps me out a great deal. Be weird. Stay weird.